Let's get sloppy. Music slop, viral slop, and congratulations, axe grinders. Welcome to the Unlimited Supply Podcast, your daily music business TLDR, powered by Interest Media, replacing social media, and brought to you by NoDisc, helping music technology and finance companies navigate the music industry, and partnered with Digital Music News. It's July 22nd, 2026, and I'm Lars Murray. It's Viral Wednesday, but before we go viral, let's get sloppy. Or more accurately, let's talk about Slop. AI Slop. Deezer may not be the leading DSP anywhere but in its home market of France, but it is certainly the world leader in disclosure of AI Slop. And over at Music Business Worldwide, Murray Stassen is reporting that Deezer says they're onboarding 90,000 AI tracks per week. That's about 50% of what they're doing in total. One of Drew Thurlow's points when he was grinding his axe on Monday was that one of the reasons AI labeling seemed like a bit of a waste of time was numbers like this. Honestly, the problem isn't so much that people are listening to this stuff or that people can't tell it's AI, it's just that it's gumming up the whole works, and the more slop that proliferates, the more camouflage it provides for streaming fraud. Of all the major distributors really only Believe, and yes, I'm counting them as a major even though they're an indie, only Believe's Tunecore has made battling slop a priority, so good on them. I don't know who's going to be the first distributor to really slam the brakes on this stuff, but it's going to be the one who decides that battling slop is a more sustainable strategy. Ultimately, they have to decide that the detection is going to cover the extra expense of ingesting and maintaining all of this stuff. Something's going to break. The question is, when will it break? And will it break at the distributor or DSP level? Maybe we should start a pool for when this is going to happen. We'll call it the Slop Pool, and everybody gets to choose a date when the market share of Slop Refuseniks finally eclipses the market share of Slop Slingers, both on the distribution and on the DSP side. In fact, it could be twin Slop Pools, if you will. Who's with me? In another holdover from Tech Tuesday, Symphonic, the big indie distribution company, announced that it had chosen Sureel AI as its AI attribution engine of choice. Attribution is important in the supply chain to identify the origins of AI-generated music, whether it's slop or art. It's also litigation armor for distributors who may not always have control over what's going through their pipes. Sureel, of course, was acquired by Warner Music Group recently, so it's a big win for Warner and a big win for Sureel to be providing services to a rival distributor. It's also a big win for Unlimited Supply, perhaps because for the first time in our short history, there were Unlimited Supply Axegrinders on both sides of the deal. That would be Symphonic CEO Jorge Brea, who came on in April of 2025 to talk about how important fraud detection was, and Sureel advisor Benji Rogers of Lark42, who ground his axe about AI attribution and how not only important, but urgent it was in October of last year. Good to see two like-minded companies not just talking about doing the right thing, but putting their words into action. Congrats, Jorge, congrats, Benji, and congrats to Sureel AI CEO Tamay Aykut. All right, let's get viral. AI detection isn't just important to digital streaming services and digital distributors and rights holders. It's beginning to dawn on folks in all kinds of media that the very suspicion of AI can be very damaging to a brand. I mean, what platform really wants the default behavior of its users and customers to be suspicion? This is where we are, folks. In 10 years, we went from blind trust in big tech to default suspicion, and that may be why even TikTok, one of the brands historically least concerned about its users' well-being, has decided to do the right thing and to start to try and control deepfakes. Over at Digital Music News, Ashley King is reporting that TikTok is testing out deepfake detection technology, which will undoubtedly be challenged by the daily stream of credulity testing audio and video coming out of Washington. Seriously, detection should not be a partisan issue. It's bad for both sides, at least assuming it's enforced on both sides, which is where TikTok may have a little less credibility. And the problem is not confined to the world of music. Over at Social Media Today, the big headline is an article by Andrew Hutchinson that asks the question, can social networks survive the flood of AI content? YouTube is already putting measures in place to minimize it using both social and actual engineering, and other platforms are maybe beginning to wake up to the damage that slop can do to their brands. Historically, Meta hasn't seemed to care a whole lot about that, as long as more engagement is being driven, but in other places, there appears to be an emerging awareness of that potential brand damage. As for what's actually viral this week over on TikTok, we're looking at probably the last week of World Cup associated virality. There will probably be some holdover effect this week after the big event, but as for last week, How You Like Me Now by The Heavy, which we reported on a couple of weeks back, is still one of the most popular tracks on the platform, as the last week brought not one, but 3 significant reversals or beatdowns in the semifinals and final, which is the perfect opportunity for How You Like Me Now. I imagine How You Like Me Now is very popular in Spain right now. Pressure by Nick Caution is soundtracking World Cup highlights clips and Shakira-style dancing, and we can all use more of that. Of course, the genuine article, Shakira herself, is still blowing it out on TikTok with Die Die. It's been dominating the World Cup, and it got another little viral boost from the final halftime show where she got to perform Die Die with Burna Boy. Outside of the World Cup, Melissa, I'm Drunk and Outside by Afroplugs is driving dramatic announcements, and its big boom drop is used for big reveal moments. Over on Instagram Reels, I'm Always Happy When G Flip gets a little viral love. Alex's Bed on Fire is riding Amazon's off-campus show buzz, driving summer trip content. Sienna Spiro's Material Lover from the Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack is the soundtrack for new projects, arrivals, and menu launches. And for the olds, Candy Staten's Young Hearts Run Free is enjoying another viral flare-up, powering a trend called Girl Grip, where girls hold and display their daily essentials. Our viral correspondent Lydia Valentino is with us this week. What do you got, Lydia?
Hey Lars, number 18 on US Shazam and number 30 on the streaming-focused V30 chart with 6.7 million streams this week is Misery by Pupsies, an upbeat slice of bit pop, that's pop with chiptune production like 8-bit video games. It's a classic formula here, an upbeat melody with a ridiculously catchy hook, lyrics about toxic codependency, and slideshows on TikTok where people regale all kinds of sad personal stories in the captions.
Thank you, Lydia. You can check out Lydia's V30 playlist on YouTube. There's a link in the show notes. And that's another Viral Wednesday. Support for Unlimited Supply is provided by you, our listeners, and it's my annual birthday support drive. Sign up for a full year of support of Unlimited Supply, and you'll get a full year's membership at a 20% discount. You'll also get the limited edition Unlimited Supply Merit Badge Trucker Hat, in addition to the satisfaction of knowing you're supporting this podcast. The Trucker Hat is the ultimate accessory for the music industry insider. It's available at our online store. There's a link in the show notes. If you like what you hear, go buy a hat or at least hit that follow button wherever you get your pods. I live for your praise and encouragement in person, but it helps a lot more if you drop us a rating and or a review on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify, and tell a friend or 3. And now we're on Substack too, and that's an even better place to follow us. Links are in the show notes, but you can also visit unlimitedsupplypod.com to sign up for our newsletter, to tell us what you think about the show, to suggest feature ideas, to feed us info, to feed us lunch, to call us out on our dubious assertions, and to tell us what we're missing out on. I'm Lars Murray, and remember, in this business, no conflict means no interest.